what are fibroids?
Well, fibroids is really a big thing among Black women, Caribbean, African Americans, and Africa. So if we look at what the textbook definition of a fibroid is, it's really what they call a non-cancerous growth that tends to form inside and out of the uterus. But I do believe one of the key ways that we're going to heal and really affect change for our bodies is that we have to redefine things for ourselves, and in some cases outright reject these definitions that we're given. One of the problems and trends with medicine is that whenever there is emerging phenomena that is becoming endemic or becoming excessive, the urge is to treat it as something that is not just strange, but also unknown. So we don't know what's causing this. All they're able to tell you is very, very vague reasons. 1 in 4 women have it. They mostly see it in women of African descent, and it's likely to be triggered by the presence of estrogen in the body. But that's not enough. And for me, this tendency of the medical fraternity to treat or define these illnesses in these mystified ways, it does three things, really. It robs us of our power because the message that is being sent is that it's something outside of you. It's something out of your control. It robs you of your power. That's the first thing, because the message that is being sent is that it's something that has come outside of you, almost to plague you. Something that is mystical, it's strange, almost like an alien invasion. The second thing is that it robs you of hope, because who knows what to do with aliens? Who knows what to do with the strange and the mystical, right? We know what to do with the natural. We know what to do with cause and effect. We know how to apply logic. But when things become mystical and, we just don't know what causes it, then it robs you of hope. And thirdly, and this is perhaps the most dangerous, it removes the possibility and the opportunity for us to take accountability of ourselves and what got us here. And so I like to redefine, I beg your pardon, I want to redefine fibroids as no different than any other modern day illness that are plaguing us. It's simply the manifestation of what we see in capitalism, Western capitalism, being overworked, overexposed to toxicity, and being far too removed from nature.
And why are so many women struggling with them?
We're struggling with them because, number one, there is a global attack on the womb, and there has to be. Nature is the ultimate representation of the feminine. And the more we move away from nature, is the more we violate femininity, violate true feminine energy. And we remove the space for women to really live their feminine truth. Now, what do I mean by that? If you look at grind culture, this idea that your value is intricately linked with how much you produce, how productive you are, that is not in alignment with the feminine. And if your goal as people is to be who can be more productive, team no sleep, let's grind, let's make this money. Under this current system, the way the system is set up, in order for you to be successful or reach the pinnacle under this system, you're going to have to adapt ways and means that do not honor your rest, do not honor your nutrition, do not honor our need for community, for connection. And that is detrimental to the feminine. In addition to the physical practices, we also have to look at the practices that that kind of culture will encourage when it comes to nutrition. People no longer have time to create their own meals. People no longer have time to engage, even in small backyard farming. It's frowned upon because it's not seen as a part of upward mobility. It's not seen to be in line with corporate values. And so everything is overproduced, overprocessed, quick, easy, and toxic. So you may ask then, well, women everywhere are facing this. Why would it predominantly affect women of African descent? And the answer is simple. If you look at our history, the current state of events is most alien to us because it's the most far removed from our original cultural container. We come from societies where farming was prioritized, community was prioritized, children were raised with the help of the community. There wasn't this burden of and the lie of the nuclear family where one woman is struggling by herself. There was the extended family. So when you have a group of women whose original cultural container is in direct contradiction to how they are living now, it's going to affect you on a cellular level, on a spiritual level, and ultimately it will manifest itself as dis-ease. And secondly, the thing that we don't talk about enough, our particular history is steeped in trauma. We have at least, and I'm being generous, 500 years of enduring assaults on our womb. And I'm speaking specifically about generational rape, forced birth. You know, many of our mothers and grandmothers became mothers against our will. We lost children against our will. We had to give up our own children. And people are being treated in this society for post-stress syndrome of things that happened in their childhood. So imagine if a human being can still be affected by trauma that he or she endured as a child. What is the magnitude of the trauma that Black women are experiencing or presenting as a result of 5 centuries of generational trauma, which is not only not being addressed, but is being worsened by modern day toxic habits.
So what can be done to treat fibroids?
The obstacle is the way. The way we treat fibroids is the way we got it. Through our lifestyle, through our thoughts, through dealing with trauma, through embracing natural healing methodologies. That's going to include fasting. That's going to include hydrating the body properly with alkaline fruits, iron-rich herbs, sarsaparilla, elderberries, blue vervain. These things that are found in nature. But we have to be careful. We have to be careful in thinking that these are quick fixes, because they are not. There's a brethren who, I believe he coined the phrase that in order for us to heal, we have to go on the operating table of Mother Nature. And she requires sacrifice. She requires fasting, and she requires persistence. So it's not a matter of drinking a tea 3 times a day. It's going to come down to radically changing our self-care habits, because a lot of what we put on our hair, nails, skin are toxic. Or candles, or air fresheners, or environment, even our relationships. We really are going to have to take an honest and hard look at our daily life, our goals, what we've been taught. Reject the notion that you are incapable of healing yourself. The innate power of the feminine is to heal. And once we embrace that, the answers will become clear.